It's the National Football League on EA Sports. All eyes are on Cooper Kupp as he's topped the 1,300-yard mark receiving on the year. It's the Rams and the Hawks just ahead on EA Sports.
We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at Lumen Field here in the Soto district of Seattle. Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle. Fielded just outside the goal line. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by last year's Super Bowl champion QB in his 14th NFL season now out of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
And I think it's safe to say that, and I heard him say it in the post-game press conference, that was a team win last week because he didn't really play up to his normal standards, throwing 2 interceptions.
No touchdown.
Yeah, didn't offset it at all, but the team found a way to get it done.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give them 15 yards to start their first drive of the game. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Going right back to Akers. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Stafford. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. Darrell Taylor. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 14. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Dancing away at the 30. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie. One of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
They'll run. It's Walker hitting the ball is out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. They'll get 34 yards there. Off of play action. Here's Smith. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Aaron Donald. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's a touchdown. Well, for the offense, it looked like that drive had the makings of something good. They were starting to hit a groove, but the defense clearly had other ideas, not only to force the turnover, but to handle the scoring themselves.
Yeah, no panic in their eyes. Was their partner? Think about it this way. A Hall of Fame coach once told me the best characteristic he liked out of his teams was that they didn't flinch. This group, they got pushed back in an early series, kept their composure, and made a big play that swung the momentum their way.
Extra point by Gain is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. takes it at the 7. And he hit, and the ball is jarred free. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. A costly mistake there in the return game, and that is not how you want to answer an opening touchdown.
Yeah, and your defense is asking you a lot of questions right now because you're already down 7-0. You turn the ball over, they've got to go right back out there to try and keep it from getting to 14-0.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. A quick pass to Kupp. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They got 5 through the air last play, now 5 on the ground. 1st and 10. Stafford now to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is out of bounds here. A gain of 9 there. Sets up 2nd and goal. Akers. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. Akers again. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
It's an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some time.
And this time he is in. Cam Akers. That's his 18th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Rams' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. An early decision point here, Charles. Maybe one we'll look back on later. They go on 4th and goal, and they punch it in for the touchdown.
We always talk about how football is a game of confidence, and that's how you get it right there. Leave your offense out there and tell them, I believe in you. And they pay it off with 6 points.
So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was Cam Akers who capped it off with a touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Fielded right around the 8. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
And all the way down to the 7-yard line. 54 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries in the ballgame. Well, we have seen some rookie running backs come in and have a big impact year 1. And this guy would certainly fit that bill as that was one heck of a... So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about.
Holding offense.
That's on the big guard, Gabe Jackson. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Now Smith. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Here's Smith. Throw out wide to Walker. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here. Myers' kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 21. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. Now it's Stafford. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Stafford on 3rd down. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And he is going to have a Rams first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. Well, the Rams at 11-5 on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And that will bring up 2nd down. Here's Stafford. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 7 yards there and a first down. Play action. Stafford. And he's got this to Jefferson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Going to run the sweep here. This is Kupp. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes out a gain of 8.
That wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still.
And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Allen Robinson, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. A 10-play drive that time. And it's Allen Robinson who caps things off with a touchdown. This is taken just shy of the 10. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So it's all down to this, Week 18 on the NFL schedule. And that means that once we sort things out, we'll all be set for our 2nd ever Super Wild Card weekend, which I think everyone agrees was a runaway success last year. We've got 2 games coming up on Saturday, 3 more on Sunday, and then we'll put a bow on it Monday night. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. A pretty nice gain there on the run. Gets it to the 35 after showcasing the agile move. They'll try for the first with Walker. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Back deep, Brandon Powell. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. fielded at the 20. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Stafford. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
And good yardage there on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively. Or it could have gone for more.
To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A couple of vets, Stafford to Robinson there. 1st down Rams. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart, because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Stafford looks to throw again. He'll dump this off to Akers. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of...
Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. But it looked like a Rams player was able to get his hands on it, yes. So they will hold on to the football indeed. So crisis averted, but now facing 3rd and goal. To throw is Stafford. Touchdown, Rams. Tyler Higbee, as the first half is winding down. And the Rams are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken from about the 12. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Back out now comes Kenneth Walker and the Seattle offense. Well, looky there. He's getting close to 1,000. I'm sure he knows where he stands. I bet if the offensive line didn't know, he made sure they knew. I'm closing in, guys. Final week of the season.
You know who really informed the offensive line? The offensive line coach.
Okay.
Because it's a big deal for his unit as well to be able to say, hey, we escorted guys to 1,000 yards or more in a season, just like blocking for a 3,000-yarder.
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Troy Hill picks it, and he will bring it back. It's an interception returned for a Rams touchdown. Well, no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick 6.
And it's plays like that one that made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. Taken from about the 12. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. He'll take the knee in the final couple seconds. We'll take that in this first half. So we've come to halftime. It's the visiting Rams taking the lead to the break. As we get it, no time to waste. Playoffs starting next week. We skip right over halftime and get back to the action. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. Up comes the Seattle offense. We take a peek at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. And it's all come down. This year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone. Could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He's got his target. It's Humphries. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Throwing now is Gino. He'll find Metcalf. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Walker. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. Well, these two teams, you may recall, they didn't play each other till late in the year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in Week 13. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. They juked him. 84 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Alert! Alert!
And he loses the football a second time. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. 30, 20, 10, 5. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, L.A. Fumbles, that's how you get in the coach's doghouse. The first one lost and it hurt. This time you lose it and it's taken in for a score. It really hurt.
And about that doghouse, it won't exactly be comfortable, and it definitely won't be air-conditioned.
Milk bones?
None.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Makes the score Rams 42 Seahawks 3.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. Taking it about the 1. Now it's Adam Humphries on the return. And he'll get it up past the... The 22. Now the ball now going back over the Seattle Seahawks offense. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Now this throw caught left side. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34.
The Smith's throw caught here by Metcalf.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
On 2nd down, it's Walker.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Geno now to throw. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. Touchdown. DK Metcalf. 29 yards.
And the Seahawks are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit.
Myers connects on the PAT. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 20.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted.
Jordan Brooks with it.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And maybe a small measure of revenge for this defense because they've been thoroughly dominated so far, but a brief bright spot there with that pick 6.
Seemingly coming up for air after being dominated as you described. They get a nice play there. Probably not going to change the balance of this game, but they have to feel a little bit better about themselves after that.
And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it.
Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field.
Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. On 1st down, they'll start out with Akers.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
To throw is Wolford. He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Wolford looking to throw, 3rd and 2.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
On 1st and 10, here's Wolford.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Jamal Adams.
And the Seahawks are going to take... of the football.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. after the interception. Here's Smith.
Setting up the screen here. This is Walker.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Throwing again on second down. Smith. This one into the hands of Metcalf. Touchdown, Seahawks. DK Metcalf. His second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Seahawks take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point up and through by Myers. They'll cut the lead down to 18. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, next-gen stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour. They'll begin on the ground with Akers.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Play action. Now it's Wolford.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake the block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle, because in their mind, they're thinking
and the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and they will take over 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Now Geno. He finds his man. Complete. It's Young. He's got room at the 30. Nifty move. Then he will finally be taken down. But how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to... Back now in Seattle, Washington. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Here's Walker.
And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1 yard line. 2nd and goal from the 1. Play action. It's Smith. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
This likely a must-have. 3rd and goal.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Seahawks have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Previous play is under review.
The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that challenge is a successful one.
So on 4th down, here's Jason Myers for the Seahawk field goal. And this obviously about as short of a field goal as you can get. Myers' kick is good, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Wolford now to throw.
And this one is incomplete. It's been a struggle for him with 40 yards in this game passing the football. So there he said, hey, I'm going to try to chuck it deep, but another incompletion.
Has to be a little bit frustrating because of what you just described. It's been a struggle for him here in the second half, hoping for one big shot to get him out of the doldrums.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Wolford to throw.
He gets this into the hands of Cup once again. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. This one good for a first down, and also that is catch number 90 for him now on the season.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They'll go again here with Akers.
And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
They'll run a draw now with Akers.
And that was some effort, but it would appear that he's going to come up about a yard short. A good gain there on 3rd and 8 of 7 yards, and now a decision here on 4th and 1.
And Gay missed it. Pulled it off to the left.
And that will keep this a 15-point game.
Well, this one now not over yet, Charles. You've got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
You certainly do, because that would have made it a 3-score game, and that probably would have been curtains at that point. But now if they can get down the field quickly and somehow get the ball back one more time, we may have a different ball game.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive.
And all the way in, touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 61 yards.
And the Seahawks are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Myers connects on the PAT as this gets him back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away.
This one fielded at the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
As the Rams offense comes back out, here is the NFC playoff picture coming into the weekend.
And right now they're in that number 2 spot. They would love to hold on to that, but obviously first things first. They want to clinch the division.
And that's what everyone plays for. Win your division first, guarantees you a spot in the playoffs. But still, a nice spot to be in. Not as good as it was when the number 2 seed meant a first-round bye. That's all changed with the new playoff system. But still, a nice spot to be in.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Throwing is Wolford on 3rd down.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. Following the fumble recovery, Smith. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. And the failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
And he returns this to the 22.
The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field.
And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the fourth quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, What do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
And quickly, they get to the line. Looking to throw again on second down. Wolford. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. Doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Wolford looking to throw it. And this is incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting wrapped backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 36. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. They'll run out of the gun with Akers. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. 2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. He'll buy some time right, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Gay missed it. Pulled it off to the left, and that will keep this a 2-point game. Had a chance to give themselves there some important wiggle room, but went awry.
Yeah, let's do the simple math here. And you know, for me, it has to be simple. Instead of this thing kind of giving them that wiggle room you talked about, now we're talking about possibly losing a ball game because they left the door open.
Smith, they'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Now Smith. He hits his target, Lockett. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. Running left is Walker. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Clock running, and the Seahawks, they're running too, trying to speed up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
Offside. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Out of the gun, Walker with it. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow.
Charles, what a big drive late in the 4th quarter to take.
Normally, you're really excited if your offense has the ball late in the game. I think this crew is really excited to have their defense go back out there because they haven't surrendered a point in the 4th quarter yet. They've helped make this comeback possible with their defensive play. Now they get a chance to finish this game off.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. This fielded right at the goal line.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So all eyes on this Rams offense. Down by 5. At time, a huge factor. A chance to end this season with a bang as they come up with a 1st and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Powell. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. He'll look to throw. Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with 3rd down coming up. They'll look to throw. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Back to throw. That'll be caught. It's Cup. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. One final try for Wolford. He forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Picked off by Quadre Diggs. And the Seahawks are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points,